Hey everybody, this is your boy, the host with the most, but humble, and I do mean humble, the Nostradamus, aka Derek, and I'm here, of course, on a Friday to give you the hungry, happy, healthy people here at Wrestlekram. Of course, this is Axe Wrestlekram. If you're watching today, you're watching tomorrow, you're watching it next week. I truly do thank you from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my loins. I truly do thank you. Without you guys, they truly would not be me. I do thank every single one of y'all for watching. I do thank every single person that was watching the very first kind of show coming back. It's over. It's almost over 500 views. I've never gotten something over that much. I mean, thank y'all so much for those views. Um, Bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Thank y'all. If you don't know anything about this show, if you know anything about Axe Wrestle, what I do, I send a feed out on a Sunday on the community tab. You can get your questions in until Wednesday, Thursday, probably. I will read those questions off, and I will respond to those questions. The best questions usually are clipped and sent out to all of my other social media accounts. If you don't know any of those social media accounts that I have, you can go check out the information bar or the information tab. You can check out all the places that I'm usually putting those clips at. Uh, but once again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe as well. Before we start, don't forget that my gripe is out on the community tab as well. It has the Peter Griffin thing on there. So you can go check that out and get your gripes in. That will be next Wednesday. What my gripe Wednesdays? Okay, so don't forget to get that out. Without further ado, let's get on to the questions. Question one is from Mitch Does It. What's going on, Mitch? Should Ashanti and Adontis leave Hit Row to join Bobby Lashley and the Suit Profits? No. I think BFAB should go by herself. I think BFAB should be wrestling more than being a manager. Adontis, I don't know a lot about Adontis, but I do like his wrestling style. I think him and Top Dollar should be a tag team, continue to be a tag team. I think that they shouldn't. Right now, they are the Los Lotharios of the group of all of WWE. It sucks to say that, but it's true. They are the jobbing the tag team. I hate that they are. Top Dollar has dropped a lot of weight to get back in shape, and he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. Um, just like I said, Adontis, I really do like Adontis. I think he's friends, or used to be friends, with Velveteen Dream, because I think he was the one that bailed him out that last time that he was in some in a situation. But no, I think BFAB or Ashanti, she should leave and wrestle, do her thing or whatnot, and well, I did say this. I did say this. I would love for Ashanti or BFAM to be a part of LA Knight. Be his manager, and make him. I think they're trying to make him a babyface, but make him a heel. Give him a heel type of persona, and shoot him to the moon with that. But that would be my thing. I would no go when it comes to Hit Row going to the Bobby Lashley faction. But thank you so much for that question. Good question. Good question. Next question, Mr. Greenhead. What should happen to Jack Perry? What should happen to Jack Perry? Okay, if you don't know anything about what happened to CM Punk was fired with cause due to the fact of Jack Perry going off script on the biggest stage in the history of professional wrestling. Over 80,000, I think it was over 90,000 attendance for All In London in Wembley Stadium. he went off script. He was upset with CM Punk because CM Punk wouldn't allow him to do a glass angle, and they did a glass angle on the match with him and Hook. And off script, he looked in the camera and said, "This is real glass. Cry me a river." That led to CM Punk allegedly choking Jack Perry out of the backstage, and he lunged at. Apparently, he lunged at Tony Khan. Um, just a lot of stuff that happened with this situation, but once again, I think the main thing that was the situation with the CM Punk incident was the Jack Perry. That was the spark that started the fire. So if you have fired CM Punk for your top star, your number one person, your plus Delta, this is the guy who got you over 1 million views on television and sparked a brand new a TV show that was all around him. If you get rid of this guy, then shouldn't you get rid of probably a mid Carter who is trash on the mic, who's not even relevant? I think so. I truly think so. I think that Jack Perry should be terminated as well. That's just my opinion. I truly think Jack Perry is a piece of shit. I do not respect Jack Perry at all, and I truly think that he is pure and utter garbage. I think that with this situation, he probably will never wrestle in a television angle again due to the fact of what happened. I mean, come on, he is a superior. He has a higher ranking and a higher level on the card than Jack Perry. CM Punk was that guy. It is what it is. You can hate him, you can love him, but CM Punk was that guy in AEW. And Jack Perry was not even close. Wasn't even nipping at the boots of CM Punk. I have a lot to talk about this, and I could probably do a 45-minute discussion on this alone. But Jack Perry should be terminated. It is what it is. Not even, I wasn't even a fan after he broke up with the Luchasaurus. That Jurassic Park situation, wasn't even a fan of that. So goodbye, termination. You can leave because the WWE's not going to pick him up. Impact is not going to pick him up. New Japan, none of these people are going to pick up Jack Perry after this situation. So you better hope and pray that you and the Young Bucks and Tony Khan are as close can be, because I truly think that you should be terminated. Other than that, thank you for that question. Thank you so much. Great question. After that, I have Laurel. Looks like Chris Statlander is going to lose her title to Jade Cargill again. Can you grade Statlander on her performance as the TBS champion? Well, I don't think she's going to lose her title. Right now, there is news that Jade Cargill may be leaving. Her contract will expire a little, I think, later on this month. So she's going to retain that title tonight on Rampage against Jade Cargill. Right now, I think Chris Statlander did a pretty decent job as of right now being the TBS champion. She is the second reigning TBS champion, next to the longest reigning champion in AEW history in Jade Cargill. The way she won it was really suspect. I didn't like that at all. I hated the situation where Jade lost after having a really good match with Taya Valkyrie at Double or Nothing. So it really made me scratch my head on, is she truly a champion, is my question. And I will say yes, the match between Ruby Soho and her was pretty decent. I enjoyed that match. I liked the situation between her and Mercedes Martinez as well. It's trust me, I give it. If I had to do a grade, I'll give it a B minus right now. Right, I mean, she is the look of a champion. I love her, her promos or whatnot. Her with Moxley, Paquette, Moxley, Paquette, doing squats while she's lifting Paquette. She's really good. I like her. I'll give her a B minus or whatnot. But great question. Thank you so much for that question, Laurel. Laurel again. Nia Jax returns. What is her ceiling on Raw? Should she have been on SmackDown? I've already talked about this. I agree. Yes, her ceiling is probably going to be a top. She's gonna be a top. She's gonna be a top draw regardless of the situation. Her name is Nia Jax. She's been champion, I think, 2 or 3 times. Uh, I like her a lot. But the question is, should she have been on SmackDown? And my answer is yes. I truly think that she should have been on SmackDown. I truly think that she should have been in the Bloodline. Her having relationship, or her family member cousin is Dwayne the Rock Johnson. So I truly think that she should have joined that group. Put more people into that group, and have her run with the title over there in SmackDown, having another enforcer in the bloodline, and having a female in the bloodline. Be more diverse. How about that? But yeah, I see her winning the title, but not from Rhea Ripley. Not from Rhea. Rhea is having just a huge run. That's why I would have liked her to be on the SmackDown brand. But, it is what it is. Thank you so much for that question. Great question. Thank you so much. Uh, so, Mr. Greenhead, welcome back. He said, welcome back. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Family Guy or The Simpsons? um, a long time ago, I'm 37, so I kind of know a lot about The Simpsons, and I was never a fan of The Simpsons when I was a child. Okay, when I was a child, I thought The Simpsons, the jokes were above my head. I didn't understand the jokes. Now I watch it, it is so good. The Simpsons are so good. They're so good. It's so gritty with the jokes they have, and they're so now I understand them, and they give me. And I love jokes. I love jokes. I'm a huge joke person. So I thought, those little closet jokes, those little snide jokes that they have are just so good. And I love like a good sly, dark joke. Now with Family Guy was good because Family Guy started off with the sly jokes, the really fun dark jokes that nobody gets. And when Family Guy came around, I was probably in my teens, so I kind of understood the jokes, and hey, what about that time, and they go into a situation with that. So I thought that was good. From I think season when I think it was seasons one when they got canceled. Those seasons, I think that season 1 and 2, and then they got canceled again. So it was like seasons 2 through 5. And those are like the best Family Guy shows ever. Those are the best ones. If you want to watch great Family Guy, it is seasons 1 through probably 5 or 6. Those are good. After that, it's not good. I love Seth MacFarlane. I love Seth MacFarlane to death. But it's only just 6 seasons that are just the best. When Mina Kunis was actually playing Megan, those are like the best ones. I truly enjoyed those. But if I had to choose between Simpsons and Family Guy, it would have to be now The Simpsons. Even right now, The Simpsons are putting on great shows, and it's so good. I liked the episode when they went to New Orleans. It was just so good. So yeah, Simpsons all day. Simpsons all day. Thank you so much for that question, Mr. Greenhead. Thank you so much. All right, so I have who do I have next? That's Daniel. Is it Daniel Dillon? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Thank you so much. His question is, what do you think about the new pay per view called AEW Wrestle Dream? I think it's good. I think that they should. Well, we had I did read a story that they are TBS is or TBS Warner Brothers Discovery is trying to get to the model of the WWE where you do have a pay per view every single month. Now, I don't like that every single month thing. I'm not a big fan of the every single month thing, but probably every 5 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks, that would probably be a better standing. And I think they're trying to cater to more of that. The only thing that I don't like about this pay per view is that you have Grand Slam right around the corner. So all of these matches that you had, you could have waited and put them on the Wrestle Dream, because it looks like there's just the thing is with the All In and All Out situation is that you had All In and then a week you had All Out. So it's just yeah, shut up and take my money type of situation. I think you should slow down with all of the mid special events that you have and just put those, to me personally, put those on the Battle of the Belts type of situation. That would be a better thing to do instead of consistently having these specials that you have. But we'll see. I do enjoy that they are bringing more pay-per-views into it. I just hate that the cards are so long. They are so long. They have like 28 matches on these cards. But, we'll see. We will see with this situation. But yeah, thank you so much for that question. Thank you so much for that question. Next question. This is Black Starboy 1649. Who can you see being the first African American AEW champion? Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs, or Swerve Strickland? That is a great question. I myself, you already know that I'm a huge fan of African American wrestling, especially when it comes to the AEW roster. I think their roster is more blended when it comes to it. But I'll even throw another wrench into the machine. How about we get Keith Lee in the picture as well? I mean, we have not seen a lot of Keith Lee. I did not like that gimmick when he had the gray and he wanted to be like a wizard. Get rid of that, scrap that real quick. But if I had to choose between these three, Powerhouse Hobbs has already got dibs on it. He did say, I want to be the very first African American to be the champion. Also, you have Bowens. Bowens from the Acclaimed. He said he wants to be the very first African American gay world champion in AEW. So we don't know. But once again, we're getting with these three. So Powerhouse Hobbs, I do love a Powerhouse Hobbs title reign. Making him a face, putting him as a face, and just turning him as a face, and having him run about 7 months with him being the world champion. I love it. But you have Ricky Starks, who have been literally paying his dues time in and time out. I mean, he had matches with CM Punk, which he did win. He did lose that very classic strap match with Bryan Danielson. And, I mean, what more can you say about Ricky? Ricky, to me, is my favorite wrestler on AEW right now. And then you have a Swerve Strickland, who is a generational talent. Generational talent. When you hear anything about Swerve, Swerve is that guy. He has the full package when it comes to just straight promos, the look. He is completely jacked now. And his moveset is just phenomenal. When I tell you WWE dropped the ball on releasing Swerve, it was the worst thing that they ever done. So if I had to choose between Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, and Swerve Strickland, the very first champion should be Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland should be the champion. He should, the mogul embassy should be always around him at all times. I think that this guy can run as the champion for one entire year. That's how good he is. That's how good Swerve Strickland is. You can see it when he's even promoting with Hangman Adam Page. That's how good Swerve is. So if I had to choose, it would have to be Swerve Strickland. Thank you so much for that question. Next question, Dragon Hunter XD. Since Jade Cargill has finally came back, why do you think she is still going for the TBS title? Well, now since we just once again we know why she's going for the TBS title, so she can job out to Chris Statlander, because apparently once again we are hearing word, and I'm reading that she is going to the WWE. She's going to let her contract expire, and she's not going to resign with AEW. Um, I hate how they when she dropped the belt, she did not have any type of situation when it came to her trying to go for the world title. I hated that. I mean, she is the one of the longest reigning champions, not women champions. We're talking about one of the longest reigning champions in AEW history. She has the look, she has the move set, she has the promo. She is really, really good. I am so lost on how TK dropped the ball on Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is going to do wonders for the WWE. I mean, to me, she is so good. She does not even need to go to the. I mean, I promise you, this is what I think is what's going to happen. I think that she's not going to go to NXT. She's not going to go to NXT. I think that they're gonna pull one of those AJ Styles, and she will be probably number 3 in the women's battle royale and win the whole damn thing. And she will be on WrestleMania 40. Whoever's on there, if it's Rhea or if it's whoever else is going to be on the SmackDown side, whoever she faces will lose to Jade Cargill at WrestleMania 40. You heard it first from your boy, D Nostra Novice. Boom. So, anyway, other than that, they did a bad job. They did a bad job. But I love that question. Thank you so much for that question. I might clip that question. But yeah, thank you so much for that question. Southern Belle, 1980. Is the Judgment Day bigger than the Bloodline? As of right now, yes, they are. They hold all of the gold. I mean, the only thing they don't hold is the world titles. I mean, come on, think about it. You have Damian Priest, who is Senior Money in the Bank. Also, he is half of the Unified Tag Team Champions, followed by Finn Balor, who is the Tag Team Champions. Also, you have Dominic Mysterio, who is the dominant North American NXT champion. And on top of that, you have the awesome Rhea Ripley, who has been just laying waste to every single person that comes her way. Anything else is just crazy. I mean, if I would not have put that NXT title on Becky Lynch, I would have most definitely put that on Rhea Ripley, having her as a dual champion. That's how good she is. I'm so serious. Judgment Day has just been killing it. And the only reason why they are the most dominant faction in all of WWE as of right now is because you have a part-time champion who is really never there in Roman Reigns, who is still the most dominant champion of all time, but he has that contract where he is on a super part-time basis. Also, you have just one other person in the group, which is Solo Sokoa. I mean, they only have two people. I mean, is this really a faction or a tag team? I mean, of course, you have the wise man Paul Heyman, but you have a bipolar Jimmy Uso. I mean, come on, this is just getting to a point where it's like, what? So no, they are not. Bloodline is not cohesive as of right now. They truly need to up the numbers in the bloodline. Even though Roman's not going to be there all the time, they do need to bring the numbers up. Where is Zion Quinn? Zion is Samoan. Why is he not in the bloodline? There should be more people in the bloodline. If it's a faction, it should be more than two people. Okay, but great question. Thank you so much for that question. After that, I have Mitch. What's going on, Mitch? What if CM Punk doesn't return to the WWE in the future, but after a year returns to AEW? That's not gonna happen. That I think that TK is completely done. I think he's completely done with CM Punk. Phil Brooks will never be part of AEW again unless they do like one of those AEW Hall of Fame ceremony things where CM Punk probably would never even go to. Okay, but you know they would probably induct him into the Hall of Fame of AEW. That's the only thing that I can possibly think that CM Punk will be a part of. That is over with. That is done. I do kind of see CM Punk going to the WWE. I do see that because you know they had an article where Nick Khan, no relation to Tony Khan, who is the president of the WWE, entertained a question about Phil Brooks. So we will see. I mean, if you're entertaining questions about Phil Brooks, then we never know or whatnot. But it looks like the clause is a year out, so maybe he will lose the fire that he wanted to do with of course him, you know, wanting to come back. I mean, 1 year is a long time. So a non-complete cause, that would be a long time from now. So we will see. I would love to hear his 2 cent on what happened. I would love to see a him do a podcast. I mean, do a weekly podcast. Everybody would go and see this. I mean, you gotta make sure you're consistently doing stuff. I think he's still a part of the UFC. I think the lower part or the D League of the UFC where he does announce or whatnot. But you know, once again, I would still, you know, I would love to see a podcast with him. You know, if he does it. You know, hey Phil, do a podcast, whatnot. But yeah, no, that's done. But thank you so much for that question. Great question. Great question. Southern Belle, 1980. Is LA Knight, going to take the world title or the Universal title? If it is going to be anything, it is going to be the world title. He will take that world title off of Seth Rollins. The Universal title is not leaving Roman Reigns' hands anytime soon. I think that they are actually going to have Roman surpass Bruno Sammartinez in the, I think, long reigning that he has. I think he is right under the Hogan now. Him being now, I think, 3 years into being a champion, being the world champion. So, yeah, if it's going to be anybody to take that title off of Roman, it will be, of course, Cody Rhodes. But LA Knight, he is a godsend of a character from the Attitude Era. I do respect him times 12, but he is not going to take that title off of Roman. It's going to be Seth Rollins who takes that title. I don't even see him winning the Royal Rumble. I don't know who's going to win it, but I don't see LA Knight winning that Royal Rumble. And there's going to be a lot of boos after he does not win after he gets thrown over by whoever, no one not. But great question. Thank you so much for that question, LA Knight. Yeah, LA Knight, my boy. After that, we have Laurel. Laurel, is there an issue with Theo? Is it Theo Sky championship reign? Is it Theo? Theo Sky? Oh, EO Sky. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me reread that. Is there a issue with EO Sky's championship reign as of right now? And can Asuka help the reign grow better? Um, there is an issue with Io Sky's championship reign. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like her going and just attacking people and just leaving. I mean, this is the motive of Damage Control when they were just tag champions. This shouldn't be conductive as a champion. I think that maybe she does need to break off away from Damage Control because it's really weird that she's not doing anything. And now since she does have a focused vision now with the ex champion Asuka, it should run a little bit better. I hope it does run a way bit better than what's going on. They do have a lot of history amongst one another, so we will see what happens with that. But right now, I'm not feeling the EO Sky title reign as of right now. But once again, I think Asuka is going to get it back on the rails because I think EO Sky is a really good wrestler. I think she's really, really good. So she deserves that match between Io Sky and Bianca Belair at Backlash was really good. So give me that Io Sky, and she's already at the top of the mountain, so she should conduct herself, I think, a little bit better than what's going on right now. But great question. Thank you so much for that question, Laurel. Mr. Greenhead. If CM Punk goes back to the WWE, who should be his first? Who should he feud with first? If he goes back to the WWE, whoever is the world champion should be his very first intro. It is what it is. It's CM Punk. He is a draw regardless of the situation. So if it's Seth Rollins, which I hope and pray it is, you have now situations where Seth says you are a cancer. He was probably in character, but he was like, dude, stay away. Don't come. Stay away, please. We don't need you. So Seth Rollins as the champion versus CM Punk should be the very first match for Phil Brooks if he decides to come back to the WWE. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. After that, I have Dragon Hunter XD. Who faction can you see breaking up first, Imperium or Judgment Day? It's not the Judgment Day, not by a long shot. Ludwig Kaiser has been doing such great work. If I had to choose anybody that could take that Intercontinental title off of Gunther, it would be Ludwig Kaiser. And of course, Giovanni Vinci actually following Ludwig Kaiser, probably turning Gunther into a tweener. I mean, Imperium looks like it's going to implode every single time I see them. So it would definitely be Imperium. Matter of fact, see Judgment Day adding JD McDonough over there to their ranks to make them a 5-person faction. So the decline of Imperium, but the rise of Judgment Day. So great question. Thank you so much for that question. Thank you so much for that question. Mitch does it. Gunther is now the longest reigning IC champion of all time. Who should his next feud be with when were who what who wants to see him lose the title. Let me reread that. Gunther is now the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. Who should his next feud be with, and when and where would you want him to see him lose the title? He is the longest reigning champion of all time right now. And just like I said, I think the person who should drop that who he should drop that title to should be Ludwig Kaiser. I think he should drop it at WrestleMania in dirty form with Giovanni Vinci being at the side. Matter of fact, I think the storyline should be this: Ludwig Kaiser finally has enough of Imperium. He leaves. Now Giovanni Vinci is torn. He's torn between either being with Gunther or being with Ludwig Kaiser. So at WrestleMania 40, it should be for the title and the leader of Imperium kicking the other person out. It should be Ludwig Kaiser versus Gunther. Butch being no, not Butch, but we're supposed to be hearing that we're words that Elio Dragunov was supposed to be joining Imperium. So kicking Gunther out, bringing having Ludwig Kaiser win, kicking Gunther out, and having Elio Dragunov be another part of the Imperial stable, keeping the Imperial stable intact. That's what I'm fancy booking. That's what I should do. But yeah, that would be my my thing. That would be my thing on that situation. Thank you so much for that question, Mitch does it. Great question. Black Star Boy. Should Tiffany Stratton drop the title to Becky Lynch, and why? That's already happened. But I will answer the question why. The reason why is because Tiffany Stratton character is absolute trash. I think she is a great wrestler. I think she has all the designs of being a great wrestler. It's just I hate that she's the clueless. I'm not talking about the clueless as in slow. I'm talking about the actual movie Clueless from the 90s. Type of character. I just didn't like it. I mean, she's beautiful. She has she's trash on the mic because of the character, So Becky Lynch is the thing is bringing in people like Becky Lynch, Baron Corbin. You have like R-Truth was there before he tore both his quads off the bone. Bringing in the main roster people brings up the views, and I think with that it actually surpassed AEW views. I think with over 850,000 views just to see Becky Lynch win that title off of Tiffany Stratton. So it was a great thing for NXT to do that. And just like I said, I mean, I would literally have Tiffany Stratton take a vacation, or not take a vacation, but just revamp the character, put her on main roster, and have her do something other than that character. The Tiffany Stratton character is just horrible. I just never could dig it. But her wrestling is really, really good. She's a great wrestler. So she has something. It's just that character angle is just not. It's just not good. But great question. Thank you so much for that question, Black Star Boy. And we will leave with one more question from Black Star Boy. What can you say about Gable Steveson? Wow, you're gonna give me that question last. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Okay, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. We're not gonna talk about the allegations. We're not gonna talk about that. I'm just gonna talk about the situation that he came and I mean he did a great job, with him and Eddie Thorpe. That was a pretty with the. I mean, the match itself was horrible. Matchup was horrible. But, him coming in and just suplexing everybody, I thought that was really good. I thought that was really good. The look he has is really good. Um, I think he's a great looking guy. I think he's built like a WWE superstar. Um, but but apparently he's not putting in the time and the work to be a WWE superstar. He has other things on the table, which is nothing wrong with. Apparently, he did opt out of all of the other things that he was supposed to do, but it just seems like he doesn't have the strive. He doesn't want to, be there. It just looks like he doesn't want to be there. You can tell by the match he had with Baron Corbin. It just wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. The fans booed him almost out of the out of the arena. And the thing is, he's the face, and they were yaying Baron Corbin, who was the heel. It was just not good. I mean, and he wasn't supposed to go from NXT. He was main roster. They drafted Gable Steveson to Raw, which we never saw him. We saw him one time on SmackDown where Kurt Angle gave him some type of blessing. But, once again, I truly, he looks good. I mean, the wrestling I saw was pretty good. Just like I said, you can work on promos. Promos is something you can always work on. But, I just think that taking out the allegations, all that stuff that's going on, if he puts forth the work, I think that he would probably be a really great mid-carder, probably upper mid-carder, or probably a world champion. I mean, they put a lot of stock into Gable Steveson. So we'll see. We'll see. If he's still even on the roster, because apparently they took him off the NXT roster, internal roster. So we'll see. We'll find out. But with that, thank you so much for that question. Thank you so much for that question. But with that, I do thank each and every one of those questions. Thank you so much for just allowing me to do this or whatnot. Now, if you want to get your questions in, don't forget, I do send out a X Wrestlekram feed each and every Sunday. That gives you until Wednesday to get your questions in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Also, don't forget about the information tab. All of those social sites I am on, okay? I love y'all so much. I do. I love y'all so much. The best is truly yet to come. The best is truly yet to come. Until next time, love, peace, and of course, wrestling.